Hello and welcome to A Couple of Switch, where today we're doing another deck profile with Aaron. And I oversaw the Swedish BT9 final here in Norrköping at Invasion, where Mr. Aaron won with Metalgarurumon X, which he will be doing a deck profile of today. Kick it off, King.
Right, and hi, my name is Aaron. You might know me as Aaron SPH. And yeah, I came first in the box tournament in Norrköping. So, as Heike said, I played Melga. And yeah, I'll just start showing my cards. I won't explain the most obvious stuff too much because, well, it's obvious, right? A lot of stuff is going to be standard since we're at the end of the format. So for eggs, I played 4 Sunamon. I don't play the 5th egg, that's bait. It never came up even against the most slow trying deck. So yeah, only 4 eggs, and I play Sunamon because it's the best egg for Melga. I then played 4 starter deck 8 Gabumon. I think this is standard. Some people have tried BT1 Gabumon. I don't like that card too much. I have enough hard plays already, and I just like the 1k static on both turns. Then I played 4 BT5 Gabumon. This is my go-to hard play. It has not the best search effect, but it's a search effect, and it searches your core pieces, which is the Garurumons. It also just gives you a dude to attack. You need for one of the OTKs a dude to attack with, so yeah, preferred hard play. And played 4 Gabumon X Antibody. This is probably the best search effect on a dude in your deck, but you never want to really hard play it. You want to evolve it for 0. And yeah, the card's great. Adds X Antibody to your hand as well, which is kind of nutty. 4 Promo Garurumon. This card's insane. I don't get why it gets to draw more than once per turn, really. 4x Antibody Garurumon, kind of standard. 2 BT5 Garurumon. This is becoming more standard. I think it is just standard now. I have considered playing a third one, but I don't have space for it. But it's really good. I sometimes go for it even over the draw Garurumon if I only have one and don't really plan to kill with that stack, or feel like it's gonna die anyway. I played 4 Weregarumon's promos. This card is broken, it's the whole deck. I think this card is just amazing. And it's mandatory to use the alt art. Like this card looks amazing in alt art. 4 Weregarurumon X Antibody. It's the OTK enabler, and it also is a fantastic defensive option. Just an overall great card. 3 Melga X. I don't play 4 because I felt like it was mostly a brick in the early game. But honestly, it might be a 4 of. It's won me a lot of games this weekend. The fact that I get to bounce boards is kinda insane. The blocker came also up a lot of times. But yeah, 3 Melga X, amazing card. 1 EX Metalgarurumon. This card was really amazing. Just enabling so many OTKs and yeah, enabling so much extra damage. Really, it was insane. I think in the final I did like 7 damage in 1 turn, which was amazing. And then 1 Omnimon 55. I think this is fairly standard. It's just your the top end extender, just poking that last damage if you have the memory. I then played 4 Tamers, 4 Cool Boys. I think this is this is very not standard. A lot of people are actually cutting Cool Boys, and some have even cut it altogether, which I think is just strictly wrong. This card's amazing in this deck. You don't... And the argument for not liking Cool Boy is that it bot decks some of your pieces. Most importantly, the Wergarurumon, which is a key piece, right? But the fact that this card gains me a memory and draws me a card every time I evo an X antibody over its standard form is just insane. It tightens your ceiling so much. It allows you to grind for resources way better than if you did not play it. It's such an amazing card. I would not play less than 4 in this deck ever, really. Especially since like what people add in instead of this is like, so mediocre.
Like Davis or Hero.
Davis, Hero. I've seen some people play Analog Youth. I've seen some people play Wergaruru Sagittarius mode, which I think is just a super mediocre card.
Well, I think the problem with that card is just that, well, for example, if you remember in the final, you went 2-1. That one, the game where you lost, is because the cool boy bottom decked all of the pieces you needed to win.
Yeah, and that's fair, but that's not gonna happen all the time. And even if it does, you're gonna be able to draw into it eventually.
Exactly, because the next round you drew 5 cards with that cool boy in one round, so like it balances it out. So I think you're completely correct.
Yeah, it's also a very cheap way of just milling 3 cards to get your good stack, bottom stack, which is like most good Melga players will know that that's you have to make sure that your bottom stack is good because you're gonna get there, and don't just bot deck everything randomly. And then I played, I guess I'll just show the whole package. I played the Chumat, Ishida, and Sora. I'm not even gonna try to say her last name, I'm gonna butcher it, but Chumat and Sora's and True Delicate Plans, which this is kinda controversial. I know a lot of people have been up on the Delicate Plan package in Melga, and there's a fair reason. It's not great in the OTK matchups, and actually it's kinda awful in the OTK matchups, and this card is just not seen a lot of light at all, I think. But I think it's really, really good. Because this deck can't really play well against the control decks without it, in my opinion. Sure, you can try to go for like cycle plans, but if you're playing against like a good SecCom player with like, it's gonna be hard, and you're giving yourself up to chance by just hoping that they don't have a lot of good security bombs. With this, I just don't have to care. I just win inevitably, unless I like Giga Brick, which did happen game 2, right? Even that game, I think I threw. So yeah, and Matt, Ishida, and Sora is just the optimal red enabler, I think, because.
So if you played the more OTK version that's better against the mirror, you would have not played that card?
If I expect a field with like Melga mirrors only, I would probably play like 3 to 4 Hammer Sparks because it's so good. It's just such a swing when you check it, because you usually just pass the turn over to you, and you can also just use them in order to make sure that their Hammer Sparks and Ice Walls are not busting your turn.
Yeah.
So I would probably play that, but I expected a lot of control because we had heard that Norrköping was filled with purple, and
was your assumption correct?
It wasn't. But I barely played any. I don't think I played one Norrköping. I played one person from Norrköping in top 4, and that was the only time I played against someone from Norrköping. Otherwise, I played against Otterich, and the rest was from Stockholm. So, yeah, kinda had a Stockholm run.
So you didn't read the meta quite right, but you still came first place.
Yeah, and that's probably because both in the last round of Swiss and the finals, I played against Alex, better known as Psycho Feather, who is kind of a celebrity, I guess, on the internet now, in the community. He's a great security control player, and he was the one who I had actually tested this build and concluded it with, and yeah, unlucky for him. We talked about it. This matchup is almost unlosable for the Melga if you play this package. I can use bounce their Salas and I can just bounce their rookie aggression that they can do, and then I just be delicate when I draw all my pieces and they can't win. As you saw, I did 7 damage in 1 turn. It's like almost impossible for them to deal out of your reach if you have all the time in the world. And this card is so busted because in the control matchups, they're gonna have 8 cards, so you're usually gonna get the double memory with this, which is at least gonna put you at 3, which makes it objectively better than Hero at that point. And the fact that I can have multiples out and gain even more memory is... yeah, this card's really good. I think it's really slept on. I've seen some people play it, and I think I saw someone at least top an Evo Cup with it, but I haven't been really kept in touch with that. It's really good though. Shoutouts to Stefan for predicting this card to be good at the start of the format, but then it didn't happen until now. But yeah, it was good. It was great actually. Way better than Hero. He was definitely correct on that. I'd seen some people in JP try this card out as well. Yeah, it's a good card. Then I played 4 blue memory boost. Not gonna explain this. This is obvious. This card's broken in this deck. 2x antibody. This is standard in the international scene, I think. But in Sweden, we like the 3. But I had to cut some cards for the ADP package because it's still a 4-card package. And yeah, 2 worked out fine. You have the time usually to find it. And then the 1 Ice Wall. Yeah, this card's at 1 for a reason. It's really good. It's not as broken as it used to be, because what was really busted was playing Ice Wall after Ice Wall or double Ice Walling. But yeah, it wasn't. I was not upset by playing this. I actually won a game in Swiss because I checked this insecurity in the Melga mirror match. As I said, Ice Wall and Hammer Spark insecurity is broken in that matchup.
And yeah, I think that's the first reaction people will have to seeing this deck. Where's the Hammer Sparks?
Yeah. If I was playing pure blue Melga, I would be playing like 3 Hammer Sparks, 3x antibody, or 4 Hammer Sparks. But as I said, I predicted Control to be very popular in this event, and then I wanted to go with this. And yeah, I guess in hindsight I should have done that, but then I never would have won the event because I would have played against Psycho and lost miserably. Because his security was fucking stacked especially the last match.
Yeah, the last round, you were at 2 memories, I think. You brought your rookie forward, and you went the entire line doing 7 damage, and you checked, if I remember right, a Flame Hell Scythe, a Chaos Degradation, and Eden's Javelin. In those, that was part of like, if those were part of that 6 securities that you removed, you would have never won that match.
There was a whole way to go there. But yeah, statement's still the same. It actually just becomes even worse. I would have never won that match if I didn't play ADP. So I'm happy I did that. And yeah, this is the deck.
So what other matches did you face during the tournament, except for security controls in both the Swiss and the Top Cut finals?
Yeah, so first round I played against Baltic, good friend. Played played Wargreymon X Antibody. But I think this deck is pretty favored in that matchup, unless they like draw the God Hand, because you're just faster and you have a little bit more consistent. So yeah, that was a 2-0, I believe. Then I played against David, who I got really lucky against him. Really,
You stole that match. You stole that match, brother.
yeah, I did. The Ice Wall saved me so hard. Like damn. It was my last security as well, and I was just, well, I can still check Ice Wall, I guess. Yup, Ice Wall, GG's. I did win one of the games though, because I was more. I knew the mirror match a little bit better, because in the mirror match, unless you can kill them, you probably don't wanna like go for a big stack, because I can just Melga X you. And at that point, I'm threatening lethal next turn, and you can't really do much about it because you lost your stack. Especially if you don't play Kokaido's Breath or something similar. And that was one of the games, at least. Decided one of the games, and then yeah, last game I got Ice Wall. Don't really remember. I think I just got stomped one of the other games as well, because as I said, the Hammer Sparks are really good in the mirror match.
But shouldn't the delicate plan be?
It's just that it's so slow. I have to first establish this, and then I need to establish this.
And you don't have the time to do that in the mirror.
Yeah, you also have to draw these, right? Against security control, I can comfortably just go through my deck, whereas against Melga, at one point they're gonna kill me, and if I give them too much memory, they're gonna kill me, you know? So I never really get to do these in them. If the situation comes up where I check this in security, then yeah, this is gonna be insane, but otherwise it's not really gonna be that good. I think the best way to win the mirror match is just go the Metalgarurumon board clear if they went for a big stack, and as I said, that's how I won one of the games at least. Then, round 3, I played against Oscar, who was on Lilith Loop, and yeah, he didn't really get to do too much. I kinda killed him before his engine popped off. I remember it was also kinda sad because his Icemon never died against me.
Oh, it had yamming.
Yeah, it had yamming. The red text and Icemon had yamming, guys. Don't forget that. So yeah. But I think I'm kinda comfortable in the Lilith Loop matchup because once again you're just faster. And then last round I played against Psycho Feather, and yeah, this card's really dumb. This card's really good against control decks, so who would have thought?
So, considering that you didn't face the meta in front that you were building the deck around, do you consider yourself lucky that you got to the finals where your plan of building this actually worked out? Or do you think it was skill that made you go to the finals?
I mean, not to sound too cocky, but I think I'm pretty good at the game, so certainly some skill must have mattered, right? But I also had the ideal bracket in top 8, because my top 8 match was against Patrick again, playing Wargrey, who, like, yeah, as I said, this deck is really good against Wargrey in my opinion. And then top 4 I played against Inke, who played also Wargrey, but Black Wargrey. But he said to me that he didn't really know what my cards did, so I had an advantage there because I really knew what this deck could do, but he didn't have all the things. He knew most of the cards, to be fair, but I don't think he knew all the plays I could do, like big plays. But yeah, I just did Melga X control most of the time, Just bounced his whole board and then he couldn't recover. And then yeah, finals against Psycho Feather, which was a really good final in my opinion.
Yeah, like I think I've never seen both of you guys so tense in my life, especially in the last round.
Yeah.
Because it was really close. You knew that in the end that you would win, but
Yeah.
Psycho wasn't prepared for that last round, I think.
Yeah, it was kind of like when his turn was going on, I just sorted my cards in my hand so I could just go play, 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 and I started doing the breathe 5 seconds, hold 5 seconds, breathe out 5 seconds repeatedly, calm myself down because I knew I had won, right? Because my hand was ADP, this, and I had like some amount of Cool Boys, some amount of Matt Sora, some amount of boosts out. So I knew I had game right. Oh yeah, of course. This.
The boy.
I think I had this in racing. That's how it was. So I just sorted it so it was like this. You know? Sorted all the cards. So I could just go Evo, L, Exante, this, you know the drill.
So, Melga best deck in BT9 format?
Melga's best deck in BT9 format. I think a lot of people think that. Yeah, it's no secret, I think.
But do you think it's broken?
I don't think it's broken, but I think like
Because I think a lot of people have seen blue meta decks as broken before, but I never considered Melga to be absolutely broken.
I mean, I think this is like this is not even a hot deck. I think this meta is fairly balanced. You got a lot of like good decks from different colors. It's just that the problem with this meta isn't like balanced in that sense that one deck is broken. The problem with the meta is like 90% of the decks do the same thing.
Yeah.
I want to give shoutouts to Psycho Feather and Bowls for, well, first of all, Psycho Feather allowing me to sleep at his place the night before, and to the both of them for playtesting with me the night before. Couldn't have done this without you guys, and unlucky that you played against me, Alex, in the final. To win the next one. But yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem, and thanks for coming and winning the tournament.
Anytime.